YouTube, Trey is finally here, the Chronometer user, final lockable, and we're a little bit late because I totally didn't sleep in by accident, but today we have the ultimate character review as we usually do on the channel, and let's just dive right in because Trey has, he's got to carry an archetype on his back. First of all, we have Chronomaly Mayan Machine, a level 3, that can treat itself as 2 tributes from machine type, which is not really that good. Back in early Duel Links, this wouldn't have been terrible for like a barrel dragon deck, a blowback dragon kind of deck, but nowadays, it's just not very good. Next new card is Chronomaly Cabrera Trebuchet. Once potential another Chronomaly you control, then target phase on once your opponent controls, makes attack 0 to the end phase. This isn't as bad, right? It's a Gorgonic Guardian, right? We just had it in the box, but in a main deck card, it puts things in the graveyard for your field spell and for some other effects, so it's not terrible, right? But it's too slow, right? For what the deck does, it doesn't give any form of removal, so right now, it's just not all that great. I think it might work with the XYZ. We got the blue one, but beyond that, it's still just not overly great. Then we have the continuous spell card, Pyramid Eye Tablet, which is a super rare, I believe. All Chronomaly monsters you control gain 800. Wow, such a very big, powerful bonus. No one's playing this. This next one, oh, they're giving us it. Okay, good. Chronomaly Crystal Bones. This is a Cyber Dragon, basically, which is, great for great for getting your combos off. And also, when it's summoned, you just special another Chronomaly from hand or graveyard, which means this is a very, very good going second or like third turn card if your first board kind of dies. But you can also bring back an XYZ that was destroyed. And then in the future, maybe have some rank up targets, but the skills might kind of make that, just make that a little bit out of the picture. Then we have our next card is another Mayan Machine, second copy, a second Trebuchet, a second Eye Tablet, here we go. A second copy of Bones, okay, that's fine. Third copy, not a third copy, okay. Chronomaly Technology. Target a Chronomaly in a graveyard, banish it, then look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add one to hand, send it to the graveyard. You can only summon Chronomalies this turn. Huh. So it's the deck start magical circle, right? Easy way to kind of put it, but it's also a foolish, which is pretty good for that deck. I don't know if you'd run it. I assume you would, right? We don't have many Chronomaly spell or trap cards, so maybe you would. Huh. But this looks like it might just be like a hard one-off, right? Third Eye Tablet, and a third, Bones. So, oh. No XYZ monsters. Every other character. Quattro, XYZ. Kite, had Galaxion. Tori has had this thing. Bronk had Zenmane. Shark also Black Ray Lancer. No XYZ in the level ups. Which means they're saving Machu Mech for a box. Because I don't see that being an event card. I really don't. So that's kind of disappointing, but you know what? It's fine. Trey giving us like a card I think that probably will be used, right? I assume you will be using your Crystal Bones, and you'll be using probably the spell card. So it's kind of like Kite, where Kite had some really good main deck cards that were stable to the Photon deck. Trey probably is the same, in the same regard. And of course, loading sim was going to come up like, come on, Konami. Please. Let me go onto the skills, because this is where Trey's kind of make or break. So first of all, Divine Artifacts. This is the default one that gives you Atlantis in the extra deck, which is, fair enough. And in addition, you can, once per duel, reveal one Chronomaly monster in your hand and change the level of all cards on your field to that monster's name. Oh no, level, what am I saying? The monster level. Wow, I can read. It's not early. This is a really, really good base skill. Just straight up. It's not useless. It's not just put this in your extra deck and then fluff up your deck with cards that are going to be make you have less consistency. This is giving you a very reasonable way as a free-to-play to summon this, which is great, right? It's just pretty good. Then we have Chronomaly Resonance, which is return one Chronomaly from hand to your field, then play a Chronomaly monster at a higher level than the one you returned. Once per duel. I assume that monster comes from hand, right? It would say if it came from deck or whatever, but so it's a bounce back for a high level. You know, Chronomalies are like 3, 4s, 5, and 6. They're like every level. So if you really need a 6 out, I guess this is good. It's not a bad skill by any means, you know, but it's not like overly broken hyper consistency, right? Then we have Draw Sense Earth, we know about. Draw Sense Light as well, we know about. Duels of Babylon. So this is going to be your field spell skill, right? Yep, begin the duel with a field spell activated. Has to have no cards in the deck or extra that are monsters other than Chronomaly or numbers. Ooh. For the field spell, and the field spell once per turn, banish one Chronomaly in your graveyard, target Chronomaly monster in your graveyard at the same level, and special summon it. This card is not very good turn 1. Right? So there's a very good chance that this just dies by a Cosmic or a MST before you can use it. So I don't think this is a very good skill. Then we have Family Gift. Can only be used the turn you activate the effect of a Chronomaly spell card, summon a card from your hand to your deck to add a Mastic Golem to outside your deck. It's a free special summon for a level 4. What Chronomaly spells do we have? The field spell, the technology one, the continuous spell, and then maybe one more. I don't think this is that good, so let's just kind of ignore that one. Gateway to Another Dimension, another freaking essay. Here we go. This is probably the consistency skill. Send one monster from your extra deck or deck to the graveyard and change the level of all monsters on your field to the level or rank of the monster you sent to the graveyard. If you send a monster from your graveyard from your deck, you can send a monster from your graveyard from your hand. Okay. So it's a Foolish Burial for a card from your deck or extra. Already pretty good. And if you do it from the deck, you can send one more from your hand, so getting more things in the graveyard, which can then be brought back by certain card effects. Okay. Works with the field spell as well. That's pretty good. But you must have a deck or extra with 12 or more Chronomalies, and your extra deck and deck has to have Chronomalies or light numbers. So you can't even run Malevolent Sin. They thought about this. They thought about it. And I feel like that's too harsh, right? It's kind of like the what's it called? The Gimme Puppet skill, where the restriction is just a bit too harsh. But I don't know, like this definitely feels like the consistency skill. It seems fine enough. Ley Line Energy. Select one monster with 3,000 more attack on both players' side of the field, and switch the attack of the two monsters. I don't see where this would be useful. Okay, unless like your opponent has like a Neo Blue Armor Dragon on the field, and you have a Acid Golem thingy, whatever, and you need to deal 15 damage to win. I just don't see this being very good. Okay. Life Boost Alpha, which is, you know, on literally every character under the sun already. Great. Numbers rule on every every character apart from Tori and Bronk. Then we have Outdated Artifacts, which is bouncing a Chronomaly in your graveyard back to your hand, but has to have been there for 2 turns before this turn. No. This is not good. We're not waiting till like turn 5 or 6 to play this. Overlay Regen, of course, Quattro has it, which is, you know, this kind of makes sense more so in this deck than Quattro's, I think, but sure. And finally, Re-Atlantis, which is going to use Chronomaly Atlantis to equip a monster from your graveyard to it, as if it was equipped by the monster's effect. Once per duel, so basically you're going to be grabbing your Utopia or your Malevolent Sin and gaining half the attack points, and then detaching it to do some halving of the opponent's life points. It's okay, right? Like if you're building a deck focused around this, and you want to get this off as many times as possible, then this isn't actually terrible. It's not a terrible skill. But overall, I'm kind of struggling to see how Chronomalies are going to kind of compete. Honestly, maybe there's some broken, you know, combos we're getting right now, but I don't really see it. Reward card wise, it's not bad, right? I wish there was an Xyz, right? At least, like, you know, 1 copy of Machu Mech would have been enough, right? But then they might have thought, you know what? Maybe we've got the OTK kind of in with mini guts, like that could be a thing that happens. So, yeah, overall, not bad, right? Not a bad character by any stretch of imagination, but of course, if you are not interested in chronomalies, then of course he's going to be very lackluster for you, but he is still gems. He is still gems at the end of the day, and of course the Duel's Pass giving ×5, level him up very quickly, get your gems, and then save for the Arc 5 World box coming, which, you know, around the 28th, around that time, is when we're getting it. And of course, just announced today, Master Duel news at the end of the month on the 30th. So, big time for Duel Links, big time for Master Duel, big time for Cross Duel, big time for Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. So, let me know down below what you think of Trey. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video. See you then.